In today's news, Honorable WALWYN establishes employment task force for District 6. A lot to be done. Governor Rankin to keep busy during his final 6 months. Premier Wheatley meets interim UK OT Minister, the Honorable David RUTLEY MP. Retiring allowances amendment introduced. And Carrot Bay Cultural Thursdays. Of course, Premier calls for unity on VI Day 2023.
When you're in need of air conditioning, installation, repairs, or replacement services, Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration has the professional technicians, equipment, parts, and ACs to get the job done right. Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration carries top brands like Daikin, Aircon, Mitsubishi, and more. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located in Fish Bay. Telephone 340-4114 or 343-9511. Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration, providing exceptional services to the British Virgin Islands since 2015.
Hello everyone, it is July 5th, 2023. Welcome to this edition of 284 News. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us, and a happy Wednesday is wished to each and every one of you. Beginning our newscast on the local scene, Roshanio Pope of Longlook is no longer missing. The 20-year-old reported to the police station around 11 a.m. on Tuesday, July 4th, after he was first reported missing by family members on June 29th. In an official comment, they said officers at the station noted that Pope was unharmed and appeared in good health. He offered a brief explanation as to his whereabouts during the search period. In addition, they said searches were subsequently carried out at several locations both on Tortola and on Virgin Gorda. He was not found at that time. District 6th Representative, the Honorable Myron V. WALWYN, has established an employment task force to address the unemployment issue in his district. More on this report. The task force, which is chaired by Mrs. Toya Foy, is comprised of 12 business and human resources management professionals who will work with unemployed district residents to provide them with employment opportunities and, where necessary, skill building and training to make them more employable. Honorable WALWYN said he is pleased to provide this opportunity to the residents of the 6th District to alleviate the unemployment issue that some of the residents are experiencing. The representative said, and I quote, "This unemployment issue continues to affect many of the residents of District 6, particularly the young people. An employment register has been developed where persons who are seeking employment can register. The process is simple and easy, and residents wishing to participate in this initiative are asked to visit abetterdistrict6.com, select the Unemployment Register tab, complete and submit the form." Honorable WALWYN also noted, and quote, "The committee will be working very closely with the business community in District 6 and the wider business community. The Commissioner of Labor has been informed of this initiative and has given her full support to working along with me and the task. I thank the members of the task force for offering their time and talent to help those in the district who are seeking employment. This is the quintessential example of good citizenry and giving back to the very community that has done so much for many people. Interested persons can also contact the District 6 office at 284-540-0802 to seek assistance with becoming registered and subsequent employment opportunities." Additionally, in a recent Facebook post, the District 6 office announced that it has now added additional services to its offerings to the 6th District residents. The statement said, and I quote, "We have expanded our services to better serve the residents of District 6. Additionally, we now assist with the application process for the following services: Home Care Grant, application for service home care, BVI Senior Citizens Recreational Program membership, foster care and adoption, BVI services, day services, legal aid, child care and preschool, indigent persons registration, BVI Red Cross thrift shop referral." The next in a series of District 6 community meetings is set for Wednesday, July 5th, 2023 at the Alexandrina Maduro Primary School, Bogus Bay at 7 p.m. Since taking office, the Honorable Myron WALWYN has led the district in a series of cleanups and community meetings. Premier of the Virgin Islands, Dr. the Honorable Natalio D. Wheatley, has met Interim United Kingdom Minister for the Overseas Territories, the Honorable David RUTLEY MP, at an introductory meeting with OT political leaders in the Caribbean. At the introductory meeting, Premier Wheatley congratulated Minister RUTLEY on his appointment as OT Minister, which adds to his ministerial portfolio as UK Minister for the Americas and Caribbean. Honorable Wheatley also shared with Minister RUTLEY his perspective on the key areas for engagement between the UK and OTs going forward, including climate change, environment, protecting the global financial system, governance reforms, and UK-OT modern partnership. Commenting on the introductory meeting with Minister RUTLEY, Premier Wheatley said, and I quote, "It was a pleasure to meet with Minister RUTLEY, and I look forward to working with him on the climate crisis affecting OTs, environmental matters, sustainable development, the planned UK OTs illicit finance dialogue, strengthening the overall relationship between the UK and OT, and of course, building a new modern partnership between the Virgin Islands and the United Kingdom." The introductory meeting took place in the margins of the 45th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago on July 4th. Premier Wheatley was joined by Special Envoy Mr. Benito Wheatley, and Minister RUTLEY was joined by UK Ambassador to CARICOM. Other OT political leaders present at the meeting were Premier of Bermuda, the Honorable David E. Burt, and Deputy Premier of the Turks and Caicos Islands, the Honorable E. J. Saunders. On Friday, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalio D. Wheatley addressed the public briefly regarding two significant developments that have the potential to shape the relationship between the Virgin Islands and the United Kingdom in the near future. Earlier that day, it was announced that the Minister for Overseas Territories, the Honorable Right Honorable Lord Zach Goldsmith, had resigned from his position. Premier Wheatley began his address by acknowledging this development and reflecting on the positive relationship that the Virgin Islands government had fostered with Lord Goldsmith.
As many of you are aware, the United Kingdom Minister for Overseas Territories, the Right Honorable Lord Goldsmith, has resigned from the UK government. He was also the UK Minister for State for Asia, Energy, Climate Change, and the Environment. A new OT Minister has not yet been announced, but I am certain that His Excellency the Governor, Mr. John J. Rankin, CMG, will provide an update in due course. During Lord Goldsmith's brief tenure as OT Minister, we developed a working relationship in which there was open dialogue on the challenges affecting the Virgin Islands-UK relationship and also the opportunities for collaboration in areas of mutual interest and concern. His visit to the territory in January and February demonstrated his interest in these islands and desire to protect marine biodiversity and the wider environment. I wish Lord Goldsmith well in his future endeavors and look forward to engaging the next appointed OT Minister.
The second critical development that Premier Wheatley highlighted was the appointment of Daniel Pruce as the successor to His Excellency the Governor John Rankin, CMG. In a recent media release, it was revealed that Governor Rankin will continue to serve in his role until December of this year, after which he will retire from a diplomatic service. Starting in January of 2024, Daniel Pruce will assume the position of Governor in the Virgin Islands. Expressing optimism for the future, Premier Wheatley said he anticipates of working closely with Pruce to build a modern and mutually beneficial relationship between the Virgin Islands and the United Kingdom. He also emphasized the importance of collaboration and continued progress in remaining months alongside Governor Rankin.
I look forward to working with Mr. Pruce and together taking further steps to help move the Virgin Islands and the UK to a new modern partnership. In the remaining months of Governor Rankin's tenure in office, we will continue to work together to advance the growth and development of the Virgin Islands in our respective constitutional roles.
Viewers, up next, we have more local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Rashford made it. Manchester United have come from behind to lead.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctbvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, you enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, son.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Continuing on the local scene in the Virgin Islands, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force is making progress, they say, in their investigations into Saturday's robbery of the House of Luxury jewelry store at the Cyril B. Rumney Tortola Pier Park. The Royal Virgin Islands Police Force gave the confirmation on Tuesday in a media release stating that detectives within their criminal investigations department are tracking several leads but are unable to disclose any details at this time. No details on our efforts, they say, to identify the subjects in this case can be released to the public at this time. However, we are making steady progress in our inquiries, said Acting Commissioner St. Clair Omri. The police said they were alerted around 2 p.m. on Saturday of the incident and gave an account of what the initial investigations revealed. They said, and I quote, employees of the store reported that two armed masked persons entered the store dressed in all white. One assailant proceeded to remove jewelry from the showcase, and both fled the scene toward the parking lot with a quantity of the store's merchandise. The value of the stolen items is undetermined at this time. One of the perpetrators, they said, discharged a firearm while outside the compound. However, no injuries were reported. The law enforcers also confirmed reports of gunshots fired near Road Reef and the Stickett in Long Look, close to the time of the robbery. The police continue to encourage all potential witnesses of the incidents on Saturday to be forthcoming with any information that can assist with their investigations. They said, and I quote, several persons were in and around the Pier Park at the time of the incidents. Those who witnessed the robbery were asked to provide any information on the matter, how insignificant it may seem, to the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force Intelligence Unit at 368-9339. Alternatively, persons can give this information anonymously to the Crime Stoppers Unit at 800-8477. Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalio D. Wheatley has fulfilled his commitment to including the Retiring Allowances Legislative Service Amendment Bill in the first debate of the first session of the 5th House of Assembly of the Virgin Islands. During the session held on Thursday, June 29th, the bill was formally introduced by Premier Wheatley and the second for its first reading by Deputy Premier, the Honorable Lorna Smith, OBE.
Madam Speaker, I introduce the bill standing in my name shortly entitled Retiring Allowances Legislative Service Amendment Bill 2023. Madam Speaker, I move that the bill shortly entitled Retiring Allowances Legislative Service Amendment Bill 2023 be now read a first time.
Madam Speaker, I second the motion.
Thank you. Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the bill shortly entitled Retiring Allowances Legislative Service Amendment Bill 2023 be now read a first time. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The ayes have it. I call upon the clerk to read the bill for the first time.
This act may be cited as the Retiring Allowances Legislative Service Amendment Act 2023.
Following the introduction of the bill, the sitting was adjourned until Friday, July 7th. While Thursday's mention of the sitting was brief, Premier Wheatley had previously provided insights into the direction he aims to take with the anticipated amendments.
It is my goal to, by the time we have our second sit-in, the sit-in after where we're sworn in, and that we're able to bring amendments to the retirement legislative allowances. I get it confused with it. Retirement Allowances Act that will repeal the offending sections of that bill. The years of full salary based on your tenure of service, that we should eliminate those. And persons should be able to get an allowance based on they should be able to get a pension based on a decent salary, which of course I believe a third party should be able to determine. So that remains my view, and of course I will certainly bring it to Cabinet, and also we'll bring it to the House of Assembly, and I'm sure that the other members of the House of Assembly will also have their say.
The Retiring Allowances Legislative Service Amendment Bill faced substantial criticism during the recently held election process. It became a focal point on various campaigns, with candidates who supported the bill and those expected to benefit from it facing scrutiny. Premier Wheatley, acknowledging the concerns surrounding the bill, had made a promise to address the challenges associated with it if re-elected. He also pledged to forfeit the benefits he would have been entitled to under the contested section of the bill. 284 Media will, of course, continue to provide updates on the progress of this bill as it moves forward in the legislative process. Following the recent announcement of his successor, His Excellency Governor John Rankin, CMG, has said that he will be keeping busy during his final 6 months here in office, as he has lots of work to do to complete before handing over to Mr. Daniel Preuss. Preuss was announced on Friday to be the next governor of the BVI effective January 24th. Following the announcement, 284 Media caught up with the governor of the Virgin Islands, Governor Rankin, in an exclusive interview where he spoke about his plans for the next 6 months.
I'll be keeping busy. I'll not be putting my feet up. I will keep on working very hard through to the end of the year, the end of my 3-year appointment, and there's a lot to be done. And what everybody knows about, there's a lot to be done in terms of supporting good governance here in the territory, in terms of the reform process, my continued support for the police and the public service, my continuing to work in partnership with the government in getting those things which the people in the territory deserve. So it will be a busy period between now and the end of the year.
Governor Rankin also revealed that he has already communicated with Preuss and expressed confidence in his successor's ability to serve the territory with grace.
Yes, I've knew Mr. Preuss was going to get the job just a little in advance, and of course I've discussed it with him, and I join in congratulating him on getting the position. I know he's looking forward to arriving here next year and to serve in the interests of the people here in the BVI. So I wish him well in that. He's a very experienced diplomat, a very able individual, and I'm sure he'll serve people here very well indeed.
Rankin said Preuss will hit the ground running, as he will be comprehensively briefed on areas of priority that will need to be addressed. Viewers, up next, we have more local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
I'll be trying to support Mr. Preuss and him learning more about the territory. Now that his appointment has been announced, he'll be able to meet people in London and the UK to discuss how the job will be taken forward, so he'll be able to hit the ground running once he arrives here in January.
Viewers, up next, we have more local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come. Yes,
Good
Sonny.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun to people.
It's okay. I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
When you're in need of air conditioning, installation, repairs, or replacement services, Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration has the professional technicians, equipment, parts, and ACs to get the job done right. Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration carries top brands like Daikin, Aircon, Mitsubishi, and more. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located in Fish Bay. Telephone 340-4114 or 343-9511. Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration, providing exceptional services to the British Virgin Islands since 2015.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Closing out our newscast, Demoy Hodge made his official debut for the Los Angeles Lakers on Monday against the Miami Heat in the opening game of the California Classic Summer League in Sacramento, California. Hodge scored 7 points during his almost 18 minutes on the court, including the Lakers' first three-pointer of the game in a 107-90 loss. The Lakers trailed at the end of the first two quarters 16-22, 24-36 to enter the half down by 18 points, 40-58. Now the third quarter only saw the Lakers reducing their 18-point deficit by 1 to end that quarter trailing 67-84. With an even performance from both the Miami Heat and the Lakers in the final quarter, the Heat was able to maintain their 17-point lead to win the game 107-90. In a recent interview, Dr. Carl Dawson, 1st District Representative and Junior Minister for Agriculture and Fisheries, spoke about the Carrot Bay Cultural Thursdays, which begins this Thursday, July 6th. Take a look. As mentioned, Cultural Thursdays in Carrot Bay is beginning to take place and form beginning on July 6th. Now, as Minister for Agriculture and Fisheries, along with being the 1st District Representative, give us some background on why you and your team or your committee decided to begin these Cultural Thursdays.
Certainly, Ron. During the campaign trail, this was one of the ideas that I shared with persons about having this Cultural Thursday or whatever day it would be. We know Carrot Bay really as sort of the cultural capital of the Virgin Islands.
I agree.
And as we were trying to drive economics and economic activity in the district, we thought that this would be one activity that could do it because of the reputation that was already there. And so, as I mentioned the idea, a lot of people got on board. So after the election, we had a community meeting to discuss it. The community then elected a committee to drive it forward. Of course, I'm there to give support, but a committee led by President Monica Housen was elected to move it forward, and I think they have been doing so. A lot of people are coming on board to try to make it really an excellent event that would be for enjoyment of residents and eventually tourists as well.
Wonderful. So tell us, based on what you know so far, what are the expectations of that day?
So, again, being Junior Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, Carrot Bay is also a number one spot for agriculture, one of the more fruitful parts of the Virgin Islands. It's on the north side, it has the rainfall from Mount Sage, so it makes it very productive. And we're also well known for fishing as well.
Of course.
So we'll have agricultural products available for sale, sort of a little marketplace. And we'll also have fish products available for sale. The fishermen will pull in with their catch and they'll be available for sale. But in addition to being able to take home some raw food to prepare, there will also be lots of local foods already prepared. So it begins at 3 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon. So you can say, well, okay, dinner is out because dinner is going to be at Carrot Bay. As a matter of fact, when we look at it, the weekend, in fact, begins on Thursday in Carrot Bay, right, with a nice cultural start to the weekend. So good food and drink. We'll have some local entertainment as well, featuring local musicians. And from time to time, the schedule will change, but we will have demonstration by students, for instance. We'll also have other cultural demonstrations and other fun activities, really to make it an enjoyable family time for those who would come down and join us.
Wonderful. And of course, the first of its kind is being held on Thursday, July 6th, but it is hoped to be on a regular every Thursday in Carrot Bay. As you mentioned so eloquently, the Thursday starts in Carrot Bay.
Correct. So every first and third Thursday in the month, we expect to have our Cultural Thursdays in Carrot Bay. And the committee will, as we've done a couple of them, will review and see how we expand it, because there are other things. We are aiming first and foremost at our own culture, our own local heritage, and making sure that that comes alive. But we expect that if it is an authentic experience, which is what we're planning, we're believing that visitors will also be very interested, but we thought we'd do it for ourselves first.
I agree.
Right? And then let the visitors experience an authentic BVI cultural activity.
Wonderful. Well, Dr. Dawson, promise kept. Congratulations to you and the team. And of course, I am a total fan of Carrot Bay. It is by far one of my favorite places, so I'll definitely be joining you and the residents down there, and of course encouraging the wider BVI community to come out on the first and third Thursdays of each month, beginning on July 6th for the Cultural Thursday in Carrot Bay, being hosted, of course, by the district representative along with the committee. Ahead of the Virgin Islands Day 2023, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley delivered brief remarks emphasizing the significance of the event and urging the community to come together in unity. He hailed this occasion as a moment to commemorate the Virgin Islands' resilience in safeguarding its constitution and overcoming unprecedented challenges in the past year.
We all must be grateful to Almighty God that we have arrived at another Virgin Islands Day with our Constitution still intact. We have persevered through a very challenging 13 months, but yet we are here, by God's grace and mercy, still standing. We had a general election, our House of Assembly and ministerial system of government are still functioning. Our struggle is not over yet, but we are in a better place than we were over a year ago.
Now, during his address, Premier Wheatley called for a collective effort to abandon political divisions and other forms of segregation within the community. He stressed the importance of using Virgin Islands Day as an opportunity to reflect on the accomplishments and triumphs of the Virgin Islands society as a whole.
This is a time for us to come together and put political and other differences aside for the greater good of this country that we love. I ask everyone to reflect on the historical journey of these Virgin Islands and how far we have come as a people, and encourage you to go out to the Virgin Islands Day celebration at Long Bay on Monday.
Premier Wheatley shared that he would not have been able to attend this year's Virgin Islands Day activities due, of course, to his pre-arranged travel obligations. Nevertheless, he extended a heartfelt invitation to the public, urging them to participate in large numbers and show their support for the events.
I unfortunately cannot be with you on this occasion due to travel duties, but will be with you in spirit as we celebrate our journey as a people toward greater freedom and our continuing quest to fulfill our highest political, economic, and social aspirations. Finally, there will be a number of events this holiday weekend. I encourage everyone to go out and enjoy themselves. However, let us do so in a safe manner and act responsibly. I wish everyone a safe and enjoyable weekend. God bless you, and God bless these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at tweet4media.com, and of course, like us on Facebook at tweet4media and tweet4bvi on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. I'll see you again tomorrow as we deliver your daily dose of local, regional, and international content. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Happy Wednesday. Goodbye.